Hi everyone. Uh, it's just a simple analysis of the Nairobi Marathon, Nairobi City Marathon, and I wanted to share my analysis about the race itself. And I'm going to begin with, let me start with the current stats that I have here. So this race was not 21 kilometers, that's something I have to tell you. The distance was not okay. I think it was like in some of the statistics, and as you see from the results here, it says it was 21.09. It was lacking. It was not a complete half marathon. So to begin with, the elevation was 170, of which they had said a different one. Let me see whether I can just go to let me see, where do I go to this? Maps, charges, nope. Yeah, my routes. Let me just open this. And I saved their Nairobi City Marathon, that is the half marathon. I just open it here, and this is the half marathon, and as you can see, the elevation they had said is 183, and mine came from Gummy 965, came to around 170, but it's fine. But if we look at this chart, and this is something that we're gonna discuss here. So the first 10 kilometers, the first 3 kilometers to around 4.5 kilometers, it was a bit of flat, not that much, but from here, from the 4 kilometers to about 10 kilometers, this was the hardest part of the race. And this is something that once you're taking up marathon, I think this is the first thing that you should first check your course, and this one will help you plan yourself in terms of how you will conserve your energy, because for this one you are sure that you'll utilize more of your energy in the first 10 kilometers, and from there it will be more of a downhill to around the 21 kilometers. So, and this was my plan when I joined, when I saw that. So I realized one thing. Let me see. Okay, I'll scroll up. I've seen this one is blocking a lot of stuff. So my whole aim was to target 215. I was going for a sub 215. It was a target that I could have achieved, but I'll talk about later why that was not the case. But anyway, for you to achieve at least the 215, if we come here, pace calculator, server, if you just come here, you see for a 215, half marathon 215, you're supposed to be at this pace, 6 to 6:30. So this one, at least you achieve your 215, because it's 206 once you go to a pace of 6 and 6:30. So I wanted to maintain a pace that I am going around 6:30 to 6:30 to 6 when I'm going the uphill, and this is a very big target for me because I think I've not trained that much when it comes to hills, and actually I did well because this was a flat terrain in the Nairobi town, and the second and the third. Now once we come around here, the 4.5 kilometers that I've said, the elevation start going up, and you start seeing this going up, 11 still going up, and this is the hardest. I think the hardest was around this 16. This was the last one. It was a very big hill here, but the good thing about this is that I knew that I'm about 10 kilometers, so from 10 kilometers it will be an easy road. So my target was try to maintain at least a pace of 6:30 to around 6, but obviously I failed. But as you can see here, this one teaches me that my heel strength is not the greatest one. So this is the 26 one up to here, 26 meters. It was a bit very very crazy, but anyway, I think next time I'll do better. But from there I knew I've used a lot of time. I was targeting 10 kilometers to around 10 something, 1 hour 5 minutes. And if you come here, I went about 7 minutes, so I wanted to just to be around 1 hour 4 minutes, but this one just went to around 10 minutes, so I knew I had to increase my pace. And once I come back here, I'll just scroll up because you cannot see. You see from here 10 kilometers, this is where the downhill. So the 9 one, at least I tried this. This one was the peak of the hill. So when I came to around the 11 kilometers, it was more of a downhill. So as you can see here, we have elevation of -17. This was the best. I tried to achieve a 5 something. I went back to my initial targets. As you can see, my 10 other kilometers was very fine. This was trying to maintain a pace of 6:30 to around 6. I didn't want to kill myself so much, but I think 5 was also reachable. But around the 18 kilometers, and this is not something that you can see, but we still had a very good elevation. But here I met the other people for the 10 kilometers. So I didn't go on a straight line. I had a lot of confusion of people. The other thing, around these 18 kilometers, I started developing cramps. And this is to the Nairobi City Marathon organizers for the 2026, because for the last year at least it was very fine, but for this year we didn't have electrolytes, so ORS, we didn't have the ORS and everything, and I remember carrying them, but I left them on the room that I was in. So I started developing cramps in my toes. They were like folded like this. I tried to separate them, but they were like this, both legs. So I started developing those cramps, and I knew that this time I have to walk with where I walked this one at least about 7:45, but this was a climb, but I had to walk to prevent further injuries. And this was a downhill. It wasn't that big, but a downhill. Now the problem comes here. This one was actually supposed to be around 5, but as I say, my whole target was this. from the 10 kilometers, I'm supposed to go hard on myself because I knew from my training, at least I can sustain a threshold pace for about 1 hour. So I knew that I'm going 11 kilometers and I'm running very fast. Okay, it's coming. They're asking me to take breaks. My battery is bad. Good balance and less help support that. So that's coming. So my whole target was here, and this is how I was planning the race. And it didn't go like that because of the muscle cramps, the interruption with the 10K people, and also the cramps and everything. So I was planning to go hard on my 3 kilometers and to try to go very fast such that I'll be able to sustain at least 3 kilometers from 18. From 19, I was targeting a pace of 5 something. But anyway, I didn't achieve that because of the cramps, the confusion in the team, in the load and everything. Because the 10K people, most of them just walk. So either way, being an athlete, you don't have to complain much. You say you do better. So last time, I think what I can learn from this, okay, let me just put this. I think you are not seeing that. So as you can see, my pace is from 18 kilometers, 6:43, went down, 20 went very low. But this time I think I walked some. Yeah, I walked somehow. Open Garmin, and you'll be able to see that. Either way, at the end of the race, I realized my 21 kilometers is not filled by Garmin. And I started thinking, do I run like a confused fella that has finished 21 kilometers and just running there? So I think for me, I decided just to walk and pick up my medal and pick up some water they were giving. Actually, even there were no electrolytes even after the whole marathon. So it was a good race. And if we come here to the pace distribution, yeah, this is the target that I was targeting to 15. Let me scroll up. I think I need to work on this smaller screen. Anyway, these are my pace, and I knew that, you see, I didn't hit my threshold, which is 5:23, and that I was still comfortably hard for 45 minutes, of which I knew I could have managed to go with this pace at least for 1 hour and something. But in this pace for the endurance, 6:24 to 7:26 is probably on the uphill. It wasn't bad. And if we come here, the pace distribution, or the pace and the race analysis, my first 5K wasn't that great, but it was fine. I can only complain. Then we went uphill, which was about 34 minutes, and then we got a PR of 30. This was the down. And also, you see, in the last 20 I wasn't able to complete very well. Either way, if I come to my best efforts here, and then we're gonna scroll up. Okay, let me see whether I can check this. Nope, not like that. Okay, fine. This one is still better. And as you can see here, I was able to get an analysis of a PR of 5K, 10K, 15K, 10 miles, and half marathon of 220. And this one is supposed to be around 217, but it's no problem. I cannot really change that. I have to run to make sure that I get to 15. So this might take about the whole marathon. First thing I've learned is that training heels really helps you. Yeah, you have to train your heels. You have to wake up and run heels for you to have the endurance. The other thing is that once we go to, yeah, the first thing is the heels. The other thing is, anytime you're running a marathon, just carry your own erythroids. Water, you're guaranteed it will be there. But the race organizers, for the people who went to 42, they lack enough water. So the goal here is to create your own erythroids. It's very easy. Just put some salt. Himalaya salt is actually what I use. You put some honey or sugar. You put some lemon, and then you put some coffee. My friend told me to put some coffee. It will keep you awake and to keep you energized. So, and you can still buy the ORS, ORS tabs, and then you can just go with them, and in case you get some water, then you can dip it there. But what I know now, carry your own electrodes. Anyway, that is it. I don't want to make this video a big one. Please like and subscribe. We'll be discussing more about this race and many more to come. Thank you so much. Bye.